Hey YouTube. I had this thing on my mind and I figured I'd discuss it with you guys because there's no one better to discuss it with than YouTube, right? Uh, it's a gay marriage. They just passed a law in New York, which I personally think nothing wrong with it. But other people think there is. People are against it. People hate on it. My best friend is gay, and her significant other is also one of my very good friends, and I've been friends with them for years on years. And they're getting married next year, and I'm her maid of honor. And everybody just hates on it. Like it's just like, I mean, yeah. So what? It's two females. There's really no difference, and it's really, I personally feel like it's really nobody's business what they do in their room. I mean, if you don't want to see them kiss, then don't look. If you want nothing to do with it, then don't bother with them. If you don't want to see them get married, don't go to their wedding. It's really nobody's business. I feel like it's freedom. Everybody should be able to do what they want to do. I feel like it's the same thing as a guy and a girl, but it's not a guy, it's a girl and a girl. It's this it should be the same way both ways. But everybody's like, that's disgusting. I don't want my kid around that. So don't bring your kid around it. And if you feel that, if you feel otherwise, then I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. Like, I know someone who said, well, if I was, walking down the street with my son and I seen two girls kissing, I'd be pretty pissed off. Well, that's what they prefer. That's like a girl getting pissed off that a guy is with a girl. You see nothing wrong with it. So why do you have to see something wrong with two girls being together? Or two guys, same thing. I mean, if that's what they like, then that's what they like. Why judge? Don't judge a book by its cover. Because personally, I have a lot of gay friends, and they're actually great friends to have. They're funny. They like to have fun. They know how to laugh. They crack me up. I mean, there's never a dull moment when I'm hanging out with them. And everybody's just like, what are you gay too? Like, what does it matter? Like, what are you gonna judge me because I'm hanging out with my friends? They're actually really good people once you get to know them. And they're just like, yeah, but they're gay. So what? So you're straight. Am I gonna judge you because you're straight? It's really it's sad and it's really pathetic. That's how I feel because they're humans. They have feelings. They're just like everybody else, but they just have different wants. But everybody has different wants. So what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? It's cruel the way people treat other people, and it shouldn't. It should be equal. It should be equal all around, which is why I think it was a good thing that the New York State law passed that there should be gay marriage because there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you feel like you know you don't want to be around that, and you're like, some people say it's like a phobe. They don't like it. Okay, so that's you. That doesn't mean they don't like it. Clearly they like being that way. And it's not even like they made the decision. They're born that way. Just like I was born to like something that you might have not been born to like. Why judge me because I like it? You can't judge. But it's just it's horrible. I mean, my heart goes out to a lot of people because, they're great. My best friend, she's a great person. She's down to earth. She's smart. She's a lot going for her. She's a great friend. And everybody looks at her differently because she has a significant other that's not a guy. Like, who cares? And to be completely honest, and to be quite honest, her significant other is also a great girl. She's one of my good friends. She likes to have fun. She's down to earth. She's got a lot going for herself, too. Just because they're into each other doesn't make them any different than us. We're all human. We all have feelings. And excuse me, and it's just wrong the way people judge them. It really is. And honestly, when I'm around them and people look at them weirdly and they look at me weirdly, it's like, what are you looking at? There's nothing to look at here. We're people, and we have every right. We have the same rights that you do. And I mean, they honestly they just learn to ignore it. Most gay people do. They just learn to ignore it because that's what's all you can do. What are you gonna fight about it? What are you gonna like? Tell someone that they can't have their own opinions. Everybody's right to their own opinion. Of course they are. Everybody they have it's a freedom of speech. But if you have nothing nice to say, then walk away or keep your opinion to yourself because why ruin their happiness? Why put them down to make yourself feel better? That's wrong. And when I'm with them and I'm hanging out with them, it's a blast. They're great people. There's nothing wrong with them. They're fun to be with. They give good advice. They know how to joke around. I mean, and if you think that they make you feel uncomfortable, they wouldn't. Because I mean, when I first met her, I wasn't uncomfortable at all. I thought it was actually pretty cool. Like, you know, like, well, that's cool, you know. But I didn't judge her, and I'm not a judgmental person either. And people who are judgmental are the worst because they just look down on you like, you know, like that's disgusting. Meanwhile, it's not because it's just what they like. It's just it's not disgusting. It's like a sad thing. It's like, how would you like if someone came up to you and said, "Ew, why are you dating him?" And you're straight, you're a girl. You'd be like, "Why not? What's wrong with it?" That's how they look at it. Like, what's wrong with me dating her? But I'm really happy for them because, you know, they're in love and they're doing good. They got a lot going for themselves, and I'm just proud that, you know, when someone says something to them or looks at them differently, they just don't care. They just wipe it off their shoulder because there's not much to say. Why waste your time? If you like what you like, then that's it. They're happy at the end of the day because they have each other. And the best part about it is that they're proud to be who they are. Just like anybody else should be proud to be who they are. And I'm proud to have them as friends because they're great friends and they're the best friends that I could ever ask for. And if you gave them a chance, because you're like if you're like a homophobe, no offense or anything, but if you gave them the chance, I'm sure you won't be disappointed because just like everybody else, it's something new. You have to get used to. It's not a big deal. I mean, they're not asking for your opinion. They're not asking for you to judge. They're not asking you for advice. They're not asking you to do anything. If you hate them, hate them. It's not gonna make them or break them. But there's nothing wrong with giving people chances because in the end, it makes you look better and it just makes yourself feel better because you're not only, you know, showing that you support them because I sure as hell support them. I support them more than anything because most people out there, they're afraid to come out because of how judgmental people can be these days. They're afraid to tell people, oh well, I'm bi or I'm gay, because just the way people's reactions are like, ew, like that's disgusting. You know, I don't want you touching me. It's like, just because I'm gay doesn't mean I'm gonna touch you or I'm gonna violate you. It just means that I like the different. I like the opposite sex, which is also nothing. There's like nothing wrong with it. And I just wish other people would look at it the way I look at it and the way gay people look at it. Like, it's just take a walk in their shoes for a day. Take a walk in their shoes and feel what they're feeling. Because I know for sure that you wouldn't be comfortable. You'd be pretty upset the way people looked at you. You'd be pretty upset that people, you know, are sitting there cursing you out and telling you that they think, you know, that's disgusting. That's just like being cursed out because you like a guy or because a guy likes a girl. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. And I just feel like if we got the word around and you just gave it a chance, you know, you never know. It could change your whole perspective about gay people because they're really harmless and they have feelings just like us. So, just wanted to discuss that, you know, get it out in the open because it was on my chest. But thanks for listening, guys. Subscribe, like, or comment. Thanks for the support.